There was one award ceremony that I did not go to because I was burnt out, and it ended up I won an award, and I missed out on that. So definitely take time to go to all those events, no matter how tired you
They
are.
said, we're going to be taking this on her behalf.
Yeah.
Right now, but we're gonna take this award for sure.
Yeah.
Juggling classes, making friends, studying tips, saving money. We're talking about all things college and giving you advice with real college students. Featuring today's hosts, McGadney, M'Kenzie Lumas-Harmon, and Alexis Barry. Welcome to the Campus Underground podcast. Sit back, relax, and learn new hacks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Campus Underground podcast. I'm Alexis, and today we're going to be talking about getting to the finish line and securing that degree. I'm here with M'Kenzie, Max, Jillian, Akeem, and Layla, and we are all HBCU students getting that degree. I have a few would you rathers for you guys. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
On ready.
Would you guys rather give a speech at graduation or get a bad seat?
I think I'll give a speech, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I could come up with something that would inspire the youth.
I would do a speech instead of a bad seat because, I work too hard. I'd rather not, so definitely a speech.
I'm going to say get a bad seat. I don't really do public speaking. And my name is M, so I'm going to have a lot of people before me. I'm going to have a lot of people after me, so we're just going to be riding until the end.
I would do a speech. I would prefer to do a speech over a bad seat. I have to be able to see. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I have a B last name, so I'm going up first, so I got to make sure to be on time. So I'm going to give that speech.
That's right.
The next question I have, spring or winter ceremony?
Spring.
For me, spring too, because Howard doesn't have a winter ceremony.
Yeah.
Neither does Clark.
Yeah, we don't either.
Spelman doesn't
Spring.
have winter.
But I'm going to have to say spring, too, just because, that anticipation for the end of the year. And I feel like we're so, I don't know if this is a word, but systemized or whatever, systematically, we've been doing graduations or the end of something at the end of the year. I just think that we're naturally more inclined to have that anticipation for the end of the year. So definitely spring for sure.
I also feel like it looks better, for pictures and everything.
Yes, it
You
does.
got to
So
think
good.
about the
No,
entire
for real,
aspect.
because if it's cold and people wearing jackets and puffer coats, that's not
People
it.
want to leave the graduation.
Yes. So the next question I have is big celebration or small gathering? I think for me, it would have to be small gathering. A lot of people that were with me freshman year, when I was starting out, they said that they was going to be there supporting me, but they kind of, had other things going on. So I had it with people that I loved and supported.
I would say small gathering because I just like the intimacy behind it, surrounding yourself with that love and support. So definitely small gathering.
I would say big celebrations. I feel like in anything that I do, I want it to be big. I also feel like even with my parents, I have aunties and uncles that come out the woodworks, and I would just love to have a big celebration.
I was going to say, too, my family is really, really big, so I have no choice. But I probably would do, something small and intimate with, my friends, something celebratory, probably a lounge or something. But, as in, a celebration, I do want to feel that love. And plus, I work hard to get here, I better feel it, so.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
I'm going small gathering personally. I just enjoy, like Layla said, just a more intimate setting. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I would say small as well. It's just very close and personal, and you get more memories made out of it, I feel like.
That's right.
Yeah, so would y'all rather take a break or keep grinding?
I got to keep going. If I take a break, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, keep grinding for
I
sure.
couldn't do
All
it.
the way.
Wow.
I had a whole, conversation with myself, about doing, a gap year, when COVID first came, because I wasn't, I don't the computer thing was not really my thing, the online. So I was I'll come into campus fall 21. But I'm if I would have took that break, I would not have come. I would have got used to that normalcy of that, and then not wanting to adjust to going back to school. So definitely just
Yeah,
keep
that is
going.
hard to do.
I would say take a break. Like I was saying before, I'm big on mental health. And I think it's important to always be booked and busy, but also take time to say, hey, am I okay? Do I need to do I need to not take that job? Do I need to start, to taking time to sleep instead? Yeah. So I feel like it's important to find that balance of keep grinding and actually.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, I think a break can be good, but it's got to be a strategic break.
Yeah.
You really got to plan it out. You got to figure out if you're gonna be doing an internship, if you're just gonna be working and saving up money. Like it really depends on your situation. But I think I'll go for break.
But I feel like when you keep going though, it kind of gives you that like that motivation to just like keep going. Like I feel like with the break for me, like I would like probably define that as like a little like give up moment a little bit, but that's like, you know, a personal thing for me. But I mean, breaks are important. If you really need to take a break, definitely take a break. But I feel like if you have the opportunity to keep going, then just keep going. Like, don't stop, you know?
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
when you like full thrown.
You mentioned if you were to take a break, you were to give up.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah.
Depending on motivation.
Not in like, you know, like in an emotional sense, but more so just like I'm already in the race. I'm already running. I'm not about to stop 200 meters in because I got 200 meters left. You know what I mean? I'm going to just keep going, finish the race. And I look at it as once I'm in that conclusive state, like I'm at the end, it's like, dang, like I did it. And I kept going. I didn't stop. And I had those moments of like doubt or like, you know, moments of times where I thought about like I could just slow down, like the race can just keep going, but like no, I want to finish, and I'm going to finish.
It's a great analogy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to plan out what you want to do, but also to plan out those breaks and plan out things that make you happy and provide wellness for your life. Like I know for me, I've already planned that after I graduate from Spelman, I'm going to go to law school, but I'm also going to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader at the same time. And so dance is something that I love. Dance is something that I enjoy doing. They're the America's sweethearts. You know, that just kind of goes with like my love for policy and politics. And then after that, I have a law degree under my belt. But for 4 years or 2 years, however long, of wellness, I'm dancing at the same time, you know, while I'm getting that degree, doing something that I love. And then, of course, returning to my hometown to be the mayor.
Period. I love that.
You are ambitious.
Real inspiration.
And the duality is crazy. You don't hear a lot of that, but it like that doesn't mean it can't be done.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
So our next question is, would you rather leave after graduation or stay an extra week with your friends and family?
I'm
I'm
staying.
gonna stay.
I'm staying.
Yeah.
I'm 100%.
That momentum, I'm already up. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't have to turn in nothing. No 1159s, nothing. I'm done.
None of that.
Yes.
I'm done.
You know what's interesting? So my lease was up for my apartment. So actually after graduation, I had to head on out. And I wish I stayed that extra week because all my friends was outside having a good
Having a
time.
ball.
And I was like, dang, like I really should have just extended that. So definitely if you guys have the time, take time
Yeah.
to be with your friends and family as long as you can.
Yes.
I feel like when you stay, it's like, yes, you just graduated, but then staying is like, okay, all of that is like lifted off of me, and now I just get to like enjoy this short little snippet before I have to leave. Like, I feel like when we get to that moment, that's just like very, like surreal.
And also senior week is one thing, and there's going to be so many activities and award like ceremonies you're gonna have to attend, and it's all about finding balance, but you're gonna be tired. That's why I was like, okay, like I have to pack up and go, but take that time to prioritize during that last like final moment and just cherish it for what it is.
Yeah.
Our next question is attending a ceremony or skipping it.
Depends on the ceremony.
Yeah, but say it really depends on the ceremony.
Are we talking like graduation?
Graduation, any award ceremonies that you're
Honestly,
No.
like I
Definitely
can't
depends.
lie, because I definitely skipped a couple ceremonies during NSO week. But you know, like it depends on the ceremony, because like some things I did not need to like wake up at 8 a.m., be in a ceremony all day until like 12 p.m., have lunch, go back to another. Like sometimes you just
Yeah,
don't
no.
need that. Like, but it definitely depends.
I feel like when you're in that last stretch though, like as a senior, like, cause I know like coming into like my senior year, I was really emphasizing on doing things that I didn't do during my matriculation, or things that I did skip out on. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to. So like I know senior week, I don't care if I'm tired or not. Like I'm going. Like it's it. Like
the
you
last-
know, I don't want
You
to
have
ever.
to.
I don't ever want to like graduate and be like, dang, I should have went, or I should have got that memory of going. Cause then my friends are like, oh yeah, do you remember we did this? And I'm like. I was in bed, but yeah. But I definitely want to make sure like that's my priority or that's my goal is to go to like all things that I can go to. Yeah.
And I think speaking to like the HBCU experience, like some things are integral, like to go to and like just so important, you know, to have that experience. Like I know how Kenzie was talking about NSO week, you know, they wake you up in a tradition at Spelman, you know, they wake you up at like 6 a.m. and you go to the Sisters Chapel and sing the Spelman hymn. Those moments are like so special because like your senior year, you're sitting with those same girls, you know,
Yeah.
and it's like a full circle moment. So I think definitely taking that time for those things that are important.
No, for sure. There was one award ceremony that I did not go to because I was burnt out, and it ended up I won an award, and I missed out on that. So definitely take time to go to all those events, no matter how tired you
They
are.
said we're gonna be taking this on her behalf. She's in bed right now, but we're gonna take this award for sure.
Yes. So our next question is: buy a new outfit or roll out of bed?
Wait.
For class?
For graduation week.
I'm buying a new
Oh,
outfit.
new outfit every single day.
We're buying a new outfit.
Like, we're buying the outfit 2 months ahead.
I'm
Yeah.
not
And
gonna
then-
lie. I think I'm gonna just like recycle some stuff that I have already, but just flip it in a way that has not been done before.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's
That's
real.
I like to save my money. I be thrifting like,
Like-
I
yeah, I
call,
love
I call that
thrifting.
self-reference. You reference yourself. Now you're doing
Yeah.
it better than you did before.
right.
Literally.
And
That's
then
a good
also
term.
in terms of like pop out culture, do you guys feel like that's a lot of pressure on you guys?
Relationship pop out culture or like social pop
Dress
out?
and pop out culture.
Oh,
and like upkeep.
I don't feel a pressure for it, but I will say I was definitely inspired to do it. Like before I came here, before I went to Howard, it was strictly sweatpants and hoodies every day. And then I got here and I was like, hold on, wait.
And
Like,
everybody got fits on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's all about the dynamic. Because at Morehouse, if you know, you know. The boys be in sweatpants, sweatsuits,
Yeah.
Nike Techs down. Like, nobody's really dressing for real. Like, I probably can get more of an appreciation for a fit if I go over to Clark's campus.
Oh, at
A little
Clark.
something. And it may not even be something, like, maximized, but I'm still getting something. But then I look at other HBCUs like Howard or NCAT, and they're putting that on consistently. So and then like you do have a few people that actually can dress on on a particular campuses like in AUC, but it's not really like a force. Cause like me, I used to dress up every day, but like there's no sense of appreciation for it. So I'd be more inclined to just put on some sweats and call it a day.
Yeah.
really.
I feel like for me, like I didn't really like care much about like how like what I wore in high school, but then when I got to Spelman, it was like, oh, okay, so like y'all step in. I like take more account into what I'm wearing just for me, like on a personal level, because I like if I feel like I look good and I like my outfit, then I'm gonna feel better and like I'm gonna have a better day. So I do that just for myself, but I don't really feel like pressure to like from the pop out culture, if that makes sense.
I don't feel pressured at all. I feel like in terms of fashion, I was able to find myself at Howard. I feel like coming from like a predominantly white institution wearing uniforms all the time, I just felt boxed in.
Yes.
And like I could really fully be myself and just feel good. Like you said, you feel good with what you wear. So yeah.
it's like a form of expression, really.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, like once you put on that fit, like you're gonna go to all your classes.
Exactly.
I'm
not
gonna put
gonna
on my
waste this.
fit. I'm going to all my classes. You're gonna see
You're
me.
gonna see
I'm
me.
going to the caf. I'm going to places on campus I ain't touched all year. I'm studying on Brown Street. Like you're gonna see my fit. Like that's just it. It's common sense.
So our next question is for graduation, and would you rather sit with your department or sit with your friends?
Sit with my friends.
Friends.
Friends all the way.
Gotta
Friends.
be friends.
What?
I'ma
We're
be
gonna make
bitten in that
jokes. We're gonna
graduate- right.
yawn. We're gonna do something, but I don't want to sit with my department.
I would say my department all the way. Just because, like, have to get a selfie with the future presidents. Have to get a selfie with the future
Okay.
governors.
That makes
Like,
sense.
Okay.
These are like the movers and shakers of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
next generation. You know, I sat next to her at graduation. She's the president of the United
So
States.
my kids,
Period.
I was sitting next to her.
I was sitting next to her.
No, yeah, I agree. I would rather sit with my department as well because I fostered a lot of relationships, especially like with TV and film and being a part of crew sets and like going on those 12-hour, long nights just to be done and have this degree. I
Yeah.
feel like I want to share that with them and then party with my friends later.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So our next question is get your name butchered or trip while you're getting your degree?
Oh, that's actually such a good question. Imagine both happens.
I would say get my name butchered, and then I'm gonna go up to the mic and fix it myself because don't do
Yeah.
that because I cannot
And at
fall
a
in the red
HBCU,
bottom heels.
it's
They-
like,
they'll
you,
never
you
let
mess
it
up my
go.
name at HBCU. Come on now, I'm gonna really be mad. But tripping at graduation, I don't know.
can't
That's
trip.
just and they be recording. Like now your
Yeah.
mama done seen it. You in the live stream. Like it's just too much. I don't know.
And everybody talking about it years from now. Like, you remember when you, like, nah.
Fell.
I'm so
No,
cool.
for real.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everything's on social media. So that's going to be on
gonna be
there.
there
Now you a new
forever.
me.
Now you on HBCU buzz. You don't fail. Please.
Just in terms of general discussion and questions, in terms of being first gen or just even a motivator for you to graduate, what has that been for you guys?
I would have to say for me, none of my sisters have graduated from college, and there's 2 older ones. That I want to be the first one out of all my siblings to do it, and I also want to show my little sister a different, way of life, showing her the importance of education and what a degree can do for you.
I think for me, because I'm first gen like with my immediate family, but like the latter of my family went to college, so I've seen what a college degree can do. I've seen the experience, but I think for me it serves as a catalyst for like my brother and my sister, because I feel like siblings, like I'm the oldest, so like siblings really do look up to you, and you may not think that, they may be really annoying, but they look up to you in aspects and avenues that they probably not thinking about or using you as an example. Like, oh, my brother's in college, and those couple of words means way more to them than they do to you. So I think for me, like, that's what keeps me going all the time, like in every aspect. It's like my sister, like she always talks about, like, she's like, oh my God, I can't wait to see you at graduation. And I know that just goes beyond looks. Like for her, that's just like another way of like my brother just accomplished something, and I'm gonna do the same thing. You know what I mean? Creating that avenue for those to come.
Yeah, and I think it's important to have a role model and people to look up to. So I applaud you guys for just setting that standard. I think for me, my great grandmother went to college in 1930, and she, worked hard to pave her way. And my grandma and my mother are special educators right now, so they really pushed education. So those were my role models when I was growing up, to make sure to get that degree and push forward.
It was required.
Yeah, it was very much.
I think going off of what you said, so my mom and my grandmother are in the education department. And my mom, like, she started us in school early. So, like, I came to school earlier than everyone, and I got my associate's degree in high school. And I knew I wanted to go to Spelman when I was, like, 11 years old. So, like, I think my mom also, like, started that fire within me, but then, like, me taking it into account myself. I'm the middle child, but I was the first one to go to college. So, and now my brother goes to Morris Brown, and my sister just got accepted to Spelman. So it's like, we're all about to be in the AUC.
Yeah.
So, like, really just starting, like, taking that fire from what my mom placed in me, and then, like, carrying it on the torch.
That's real.
For me, it was definitely my parents. My mom is first generation. My dad also is first generation. Very highly educated young man. Definitely inspiring in that aspect. My older brother also graduated from college. So in my family's life, I've definitely been fortunate to see education be a vital part of just day-to-day life. But on top of that, my parents really emphasized not just education in the school system, but just the idea of knowledge overall, and that being like a foundation for you to grow out of. And that's really been like my main motivator, is just the fact that I'm in this position to even be able to go to Howard University or be able to pursue a medical degree. Like, that's 50, 60 years ago. This is unheard of. Like, so just being able to be blessed and fortunate to be in this position, I feel like I have to do it, honestly. It was put on my heart. I got to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think like how M'Kenzie and Alexis kind of spoke to their parents, being in education. My mother being an educator, my grandmother being an educator, my aunt being an educator, and then also like breaking barriers of race within our city, being some of the first educators in higher education, not just teachers, but the people who call off school on snow days, the person who all correspondence comes from. But that I think one of my other motivators is doing it for little Jillian. That's what I always say. Kind of being the person that I needed growing up, because I'm an only child. I didn't have like an older sibling or like a younger sibling. It was really just like me and my parents. And I think really just being that person for the next generation to look up to.
Yeah. I'm an only child as well, so I get you, Jillian, and I feel like sometimes there's a lot of pressure of like, hey, like everybody's rooting for you, and it's like you might mess up, but you're gonna get back up and bounce back.
Exactly.
So it's just really setting that standard. But just in terms of post-grad and adulting, what does that look like for you guys, or how are you guys feeling?
Well, for me, because I'm graduating from Morehouse in about 2.5 months, and I have that conversation with myself every day. Even though I have an idea what I want to do, I feel like I just have to keep that in rotation, because it kind of creates that seriousness of it, because it's like, it's not really hitting me that I'm graduating, but it's like it has to, because it's about to happen. But for me, like, I'm a psychology major, and I had this conversation earlier with you guys, like how I'm not really utilizing my major for what I want to do, like in totality. So I'm going into social media, like social media consulting. But that's through experience of what I do like on my own, and I'm really proud of that, because I feel like I don't have like and exemplary to look at. Like, oh, I can't say my mom's like works for Instagram and I can just have her connect me with someone, or I can do it. It's really, I'm proud of myself to say that I've done it for myself. And I think it's really another profound factor of like the hard work that you put in throughout your entire matriculation, because college does go by fast, because when you look back in retrospect, it's like I was just a freshman. But imagine the hard work that you put in since the moment you stepped on campus and got all the way to here. You got your degree, you secured whatever you've secured post-grad, whatever that looks like. Does that look like employment or an internship, or someone knows your name? So I feel like if I was to offer a tip, make sure it's for you. Because like you want to be able to, like, once graduation happens of college, I feel like that's like your true momentum into like what adulthood looks like. So make sure it's for you, it's by you, you worked hard to get there, so it should be for you. And remember, it's an opportunity that you afforded for yourself.
For me, like Akeem, I'm an art major, but I don't want to like have my art portrayed in museums or anything like that. I don't really want to do anything particularly with my major. I want to work in sports, particularly like marketing and social media. So I've been like taking steps as a junior. Currently, I've been taking steps like to try to find that experience, whether it's on my college campus or in the neighboring college campuses, or even outside of college, to try to like prepare myself for that world, especially when I don't really know what it's going to be like, because I haven't had much experience. But as a junior, like I've just been thinking about like different things, like whether I want to go to college again after I graduate, or whether I want to work. So I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, and like figuring out what I want to do post-grad.
For me, I'm actually super excited for what's to come in terms of just post-grad. I've kind of curated what I've wanted to grow into just being at Howard. Like, I'm a sports medicine major with a minor in chemistry, pre-med track, and I do content creation basically full time. So it's a lot of work, but at the same time, it makes it very exciting for what's to come. Like, I plan on taking a gap year next year to really lock in on the MCAT and things like that. But at that same time, there's more time for content at the same time. I'm gonna be working as well, hopefully. We're gonna see. Like, I'm excited for what's to come, and it's all things that I'm passionate about. Like, there's a reason I chose sports medicine. Like, this is really what I want to do. So I'm definitely excited.
Can I just say, like, I feel like this is like being like sitting on couch with you guys. It's like, it's interesting to hear like you guys aren't in like a singular path. It's always I'm this, but I'm also doing this. It's really interesting because I feel like for so long, and that's what makes our generation so different. It's like generations prior to us are so used to just doing one thing. They're just one lane. But I can be in this lane, that lane. I'm going over to this lane. And it's just very interesting to hear, like, you're doing so many different things. You're doing so many different things. All of us are contributing to a certain aspect of our life that we both like and enjoy, and we're not boxing ourselves in.
It's
so
a beautiful
really
thing.
interesting
Like,
to hear.
because nobody here, everyone here is multidimensional. That's what it sounds like. And that's like,
Literally.
it's going to take us far, I think.
Yeah. And just speaking like post-grad, I feel like it's so important to have passive income and multiple hobbies, because you never know how things pan out.
Right.
And also, you want to make money in your sleep sometimes. So that could be a plus. So what are some unexpected tips that you've received regarding graduation?
Freshman year, it's like when you befriend your advisor, and then your senior year is you when you remind your advisor of that friendship. Because it's like, yeah, come on, like, what's going, like, we're working together. It's like when you're having that cohesive relationship with your advisor, because I want to graduate and I want to make sure my advisor wants me to graduate also, because I feel like a lot of times, like, size doesn't really equate to numbers for real. So we go to smaller colleges, but still we are looked at as numbers. A lot of advisors and people that are over your money, or over people that are over your completion of your tract, they still don't know you personally. So you got to take that initiative to create those interpersonal relationships with people, because you don't want to email somebody a week before graduation and say, hey, my class is not in. It might be too late. You never know. So I feel like having those relationships and fostering those cohesive environments to advocate for yourself, because,
Something that I never that I neglected to think about when like coming into college is that how much preparing that you need to do like during your matriculation in college to prepare for like life after college. So like figuring out what state you want to like live in, where you want to work, where you're like how you're gonna make money, how you're gonna feed yourself every day, like because those different things, like those internships that you're doing every summer, or those relationships that you're making, can like answer all of those questions for you. So I think like that's something that I started to think about as a junior, especially going into my senior year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I feel like every interaction matters is something that like people don't tell you. I mean, I feel like that kind of goes without saying, but like, you know, even like the girl that you meet like in the Starbucks line, or like the person that you see every day and wave to, like has access to a scholarship that can help you, or has access to an internship where you're like just one interaction away from like meeting the person that can change your life. And so with that being said, like every interaction matters, good and bad.
Just to add on to that, I think a good little tidbit of advice is like you can learn something from anybody, even if it's not related to scholarships or funding, or like even if it's not related to school, if it's just life. Like it could be somebody at Starbucks, it could be somebody on the street, but you could just give them like 30 seconds, a minute of your day, and you learn something new. So
I would say save up.
Oh,
Just save,
God.
save, and just get
Please.
budgeting down now, because it'll help you in the long run.
I would have to say being an active listener as well. Because, you know, like when you, I don't know, some people probably get prideful, like, oh, yeah, I'm grown now. And just being an active listener is important, just as important as speaking. So,
Yeah, I was gonna add too, like, you wanna like create relationships with like those people that you need. Like, of course, you wanna create a relationship with like your advisor, but what about somebody in housing? What about somebody in the CAF? Like, like I think about those like things because like I've been on campus all 4 years. And that's lucky to say because a lot of people don't get housing after their sophomore year, and that's because I created a relationship with someone that works in housing. And I mean, I'm fortunate for other people, but I foster those relationships to where, hey, I need housing. Like, can you help me out? Or people that look out for you, or people that are saying your names when you're not even present in those rooms. That speaks volumes for your character, and that also helps you in the long run because you have people, because you're not only advocating for yourself, but you have people advocating for you. And that just means a lot to me that I have people that are thinking about me constantly when I'm sometimes not even thinking about myself, you know?
Yeah. And to piggyback off of you in terms of like you never know who's talking about you, like past bosses that I've had have been Howard alum.
Yes.
And it's just crazy how we're everywhere.
Literally.
You know, so it's just important to maintain that reputation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that speaks to the HBCU network everywhere.
Talk
Like,
about it.
Everywhere.
and another thing is like being like knowing that you don't have to just network up. Like you can network with the people among you in the same class as you. Like, because a lot of
And you
people
should.
think they just like have to talk to the 40-year-old person over there because they have all the knowledge, but like somebody sitting next to you that's 18 years old, 19, 20 could help you out in ways that you like don't even know. So
Literally. And those same people that said that, oh, yeah, like your HBCU is not going to give you those opportunities. Look at us now. Like we're doing those big things at our HBCUs. And, you know, you're graduating, we're graduating, and y'all are still like matriculating at your HBCUs. And the same people that said you wouldn't do much there, you should go somewhere else. But look at us now. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I think also like seeing the good in everything, because like I know for me, I was really sad. I got moved like my first year experience class, and I'm like, dang, like I liked my teacher, like I bang with her. She canceled class all the time, and now I have this lady who has class every time. She never cancels. And then come to find out, like she's like the advisor for an organization that I'm interested in on campus, and so it's like everything happens for a reason. So see the good in things. So it's like you just never really know like what that interaction can lead to.
Yeah,
That's
for
it.
sure. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in to Campus Underground, and also thank you guys for joining me in this discussion of graduation and securing the degree.